Hello and welcome. Hi, I'm author Grace Wroldson. I host some private Facebook groups for moms co-parenting with a narcissist or forced to try to co-parent with a narcissist or stuck in high conflict custody battles with the narcissist. So I talk to moms about having a strategy. I'm a survivor, a mother, an author, and my mission is peace and protection for children and mothers going through this. And I work to help them maintain their sanity, safeguard their custody case or save it, and enjoy their child's one and only childhood. So if you're in a custody battle with a narcissist, this is something to consider to safeguard your case against false PA claims. Now, just want to do a quick disclaimer, not all cases have this element or this issue, but many do. So ask yourself, are you safeguarding your custody case? Many of us moms watch out for accusations of parental alienation, PA, because the narcissist will tend to lie, cry victim, and try to get sympathy from the courts, the judges, and professionals of why they're not more involved in their child's life. They will falsely accuse protective mothers of PA, and quite often in my private coaching practice, I've seen custody be completely flipped as some judges consider a form of child abuse. So, this is my newest book, Tame the Narcissist: 10 Keys for Better Co Parenting to Create Peace and Protection Using Strategy and Skillful Means. So, this is a strategy. I talk about multiple strategies on all fronts, and this is one where you have to get really you have to get some legal advice, you have to get some coaching or some experts to devise a way to pre-plan for being accused of things, because when they don't get their way, narcissists often lie, and figure out a way to safeguard your case ahead of time. You don't want to be accused of this. Like, I had a coaching client who did it for 6 years, tried to protect her child, and that was considered parental alienation. And even though we worked to change a lot of the behaviors to understand what was at stake, to try to include the father in like public things or on the family wizard, it was family was a calendar. It was too late in her case because so much had already been done and documented, and they attacked her. So we don't want to fall victim. We can learn from our own mistakes and the mistakes of other moms out there who are facing the tragic family court failures in across the U.S. and around the world, really. So just think, if you are in a custody battle, are you strategically safeguarding your custody case against false PA claims? And um, you want to make sure you're not pushing, poking, prodding the narcissist. These, when we push and prod and poke, they come back with stuff like accusing us of parental alienation. Hopefully they don't know about the term, but usually when they get to a lawyer's ear, they'll hear that term and they'll use it anything against us. So I talk about using skillful means, and that's in this book, Tame the Narcissist, and my fourth book. If you're looking for a weekly support group, check out my private Facebook groups. You can look for the link here. I often have one going. A 3-week Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern is coming up, to go from stress to strategic, because we are stronger together and we get courage through connection. If you are willing to learn and ready to learn, I am here to teach. It's about learning lessons. Even if you've lost things, it's about learning from loss, learning from mistakes, because we can heal, change, and outgrow the narcissist. They do have a lot of tricks and tactics and traps, but we can use skills and strategy and self rules and our sanity, which is key. So my first book is Co-Parenting with a Narcissist: 7 Self Rules to Stay Sane. This is for moms. My background is loving and leaving an alcoholic who was a narcissist, and then I fought in 12 years in family court for custody. I was never accused of parental alienation because I had seen the wheel of abuse, the post-separation abuse wheel, and I saw what was coming next. So I was 2, 3 steps ahead of the narcissist, realizing what he will use next to win, and thwarted that plan. So pre-planning is key. Just let you know, I'm not a lawyer. I'm a mom survivor. These are my tips, tools, and strategies that I put in all my books. You got to take what's helpful, leave the rest. Not all of them will apply to your case. Obviously, you don't want to be inviting a physically abusive person to an in person event where it's just a few of you. So you've got to really work with your DV counselor, work with your lawyer, and find ways that it's safe for you to safeguard your custody case. This is my shared survivor wisdom, and what worked for me may not work for you. I think if you are willing to learn, and that's what I did. I researched, I learned, I did a whole self education to understand what's motivating and driving the narcissist to come after the children they don't really seem to care about, but they do care about their ego, their image, their money, and narcissistic supply. So there's a lot to learn, and you can read my books in a progression. My second is How to Fight a Narcissist in Family Court and Win, Super Smart Strategies for Success. My newest ones, like How to Survive a Custody Battle with a Narcissist and Tame the Narcissist, have my skillful means, which is a way of diffusing, de-escalating, disarming the drama with the narcissist, where they tend to thrive and get energized, and empaths and caring, loving, protective moms get completely drained. So look for that new book, Tame the Narcissist. All of my books are on Amazon. I'm a self-published author. I write and speak in a pen name, and I'm here to encourage moms to get the support. I had a team of 10 helping me, which included a DV counselor, domestic violence counselor or two, a therapist, some CODA and Al-Anon support groups, 3 lawyers by now. So I was able to overcome the losses that I had in 2020. But again, I never was accused of parental alienation. I kept 50% physical custody, even though I lost my rights. And then I used a new lawyer to chip away at everything that was lost and stood up to the narcissist in a way that was effective and safe, but not toe to toe with him. So I learned to plant seeds of cooperation, and I have a miracle where I'm co-parenting with the narcissist in peace, and there's all kinds of protections in place for our child and for me. So I did overcome my situation. I have the first book is updated. If you get the print or Kindle, it has the Get the Right Lawyer Guide and the 20 question worksheet so that you can maximize those legal consultations. Because if you have a burning legal question, it's important to get your burning legal questions answered by lawyers. Not everybody will know what's actually being practiced in court or what the judge typically orders. And of course, co-parenting with a narcissist is full of problems, and each judge can have pet peeves, and it's important to talk to top family law lawyers if you're dealing with a narcissist. Otherwise, they will hire that top family law lawyer. So, my bonus chapter is How to Stage a Comeback. That's the 8th rule, but there's also a bonus chapter with my Get the Right Lawyer Guide so that you can go into those and maximize those legal consultations. I've had moms walk in with that, and the lawyer was so impressed that they stayed on track. So if you don't get your lawyer sidetracked with the drama, the trauma, the chaos, they can be effective and just focus on legal strategy. And you may want to ask this lawyer, how do I safeguard my case, my custody case, against false parental alienation claims? Do I need to use the Family Wizard calendar, let them know once that I'm using this co-parenting app, invite them once, and then keep that calendar updated so that we can always say he was invited and he never looked. It shows when the other parent logged in or didn't log in or last logged in. It also shows when they last looked at the calendar. So that was one of my creative ways of avoiding being accused of parental alienation, was being welcoming and inviting him to things. And of course, he was a no-show, and that was part of my strategic documentation, was to show the courts he was a no-show and invited. So that saved one part of my custody case. And yes, I did go through 12 years of post-separation abuse, what I call co-parenting abuse, and a lengthy 5-day trial. We did not settle. He never negotiated until in 2020 in January. He gave me everything I wanted in negotiations. But it took a full year of different strategies. I implemented that, in order to strategically attack or be a non-threat threat to narcissistic supply. There are many phases that my case went through. So I encourage you to read my books in order to understand how I staged to come back and what I did to create this peace and cooperation and get a narcissist to negotiate. So pick up that book, Tame the Narcissist, learn the strategies, gain the skills. It's going to take a while to digest the information. I worked with several experts and had private coaching to get to where I'm at today, and I want peace and protection for all the moms. So remember to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel or this podcast if you're listening, and I hope to give you more tips, tools, and strategies as we go along. And just believe and have hope that you can hang on and better any bad situation. Learn, heal, and outgrow the narcissist.